Underground music was becoming a force to be reckoned with. People all over London were forming groups, crews, and DJ MC combos. Genius, Slimzy, Wiley, Maxwell D, God's Gift, Major Ace, and Target became members of one of the first commercially successful groups to rise from the underground, the Pay-As-You-Go cartel. Plague, 1999.
1 minute we were on radio firing, and then the next minute locked off. And it weren't like a normal lock off, it was like someone had turned off the transmitter. So we knew someone was on the roof. So I think the rig must have been on 3 flats at the time. And I don't even think we was driving. I think we was young. Some of us was driving. Yes, some of us was driving because we parked downstairs. So we jetted from Roman over to 3 flats and went up onto the top on the 18th floor. And then literally there was like a ladder thing that you could slide around, but it takes about a couple minutes to get out. So I literally boosted G up, kind of flung him up, and then by then the ladder come up, a couple other men run up there. Went up there was bare guys just running about, trying to hide. So I think there was about, no, I'm saying bare like there was about 3 of them. So now we're going to go back down the hole, so they must have been from another station, I can't remember what station it was. Jumped down, and the whole floor was surrounded with police. So I must have been standing with Trend, like RIP Trend, but I was standing with Gifford, and they had G somewhere else. I think G was up there trying to hide, to be fair, and me and Trend are like, now we're making up some mad story about how I was not claustrophobic, I had a fear of heights, yeah? And we come up to the 18th floor to see if we could get me past my fear of heights. But because the roof was open, we thought, well, you know, we were here, we might as well go up that level higher. And they're looking at us like, come on, man, do you think I'm gonna believe this story? Another one, G. Now, he's a funny guy, and if anyone knows G, he's a bit of a big head. Not a big head like he's bossy or anything, but when he's done something good, you'll know he's done something good. So normally we was like late for radio, even though we was on the doorstep, we would always kind of rush up just after the ads had finished. So G's gone straight on it. It was me, G, and ST, and this was in Barrington's house, and he's now banging out a mix, and he had a chair there, and he's banging out this mix. So he's put intro tune in, and within about a couple of seconds, if you know about G, he can mix really quick. Had this other tune in ready to go, ready for us to ride, because he's like a slave master. He'd be like, ride, 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 throwing the tune, ride, 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 and you'd be MCing like mad for the whole set. So anyway, he's got this tune in ready for us to ride. So him being G and happy with himself, my guy's getting ready to sit down and not touching the decks, not having to speed any tunes up, it's perfectly locked. Going to sit down, so I must have moved the chair, his body shaped perfectly for the chair, and then he just hit the deck. The records jumped off the decks, we was in hysterics. Oh, there's loads of things, man. I mean, we used to have a guy where we used to have a studio just on the Bromley by Bow flyover, and the guy was called Sharky. And this guy was in his flat, and I don't know, I think he was jobless. And radio was in his house from morning till night, Monday to Sunday, back around again. And this guy, it's like he never would get dressed. All he would do is walk around in his wire fronts, come and he'd be like, oh, breakfast, man, give me a pan. You got snack? Give me a pan. Like, funny dude. I swear one night he must have switched on the radio on his own and went at it with no music, but hey. Fenton and the Dog. Christmas show, like, I think it was probably the best show on Rinse ever. It was like 122 MCs, and we was all riding, just, you know, like one after the other. The DJs were mixing. I think all the DJs was in there. And it was in a flat in Hackney, owned by a youth called Stymie. And we had Fruit Machine in there. There was loads of, it was a nice studio to have. And all of a sudden, all we heard was, woo! Huh? Like, Fenton bust through the door with his dog called Bash. And if you ever know Bash, he was like a human bodyguard, but anything that Fenton tells him to do, he would do. If you ever see 122 MCs climbing up on the side, a man stepped on the deck, broke his arms, because this was a big ass pit bull mixed with Shar-Pei or something like that, and he had it on attack and he thought it was funny. So this one dog had about 22 or 100 odd man up on the wall, up on the decks, and it was a mess. Broke G's deck, he was not happy, but he weren't worried about it at the time, he just made sure he moved. I think that's enough of the stories, because I'll go on all day.